Hey everybody, and welcome back to my channel. In this Forex trading vlog today, I'm going to share with you a recap on a winning trade that I took this week trading pound dollar, where I was in and out in the space of less than half an hour. If you've been watching my channel, you'll also know that I've recently become funded by the prop from the 5%ers, and in the past week I've actually taken out my first withdrawal. I've received my first payout from the 5%ers. So I'm also going to talk a little bit about that later in this video for those of you who are interested, so that you can learn more about their process. If you're new to day trading Forex and you want to learn more, I've also got a book available which is linked below in the description, Forex Trading 101. It's a complete guide for beginners. All of the other software that I'll be using in this video today is also linked in the description below. Please remember to like and subscribe to the channel, and let's get straight to it. So I just loaded up my charts here on TradingView. At the beginning of the week, I shared a weekly outlook, which was sharing my plan, my thoughts that the market might do this week. So if you check that out, you might find this interesting because it's kind of like a before and an after. Let's skip to the daily time frame here to get a little bit more clarity on the larger picture of price action for pound dollar. At the beginning of the week, price opened here right at the bottom of this downtrend, and my kind of weekly outlook was that we were likely to get a pullback to this area here, which we pretty much got. The tricky thing with when you are trading in this way is that on the daily time frame we can see that the larger trend is down. Overall, the larger picture, we have been trading down, making lower lows and lower highs. And so this week has been a sort of tricky week because we have been going against the current of the overall trend. We've been in this strong uptrend, but it still provides opportunities for long positions scalping on a faster time frame, and that's what I did this week. Now, I only took one trade in my funded account this week with the 5ers because it was more of a choppy week against this overall daily trend. I didn't want to push it. So I didn't trade Monday, but after we got this lovely close on the Monday, you can see that this is a bullish engulfing candlestick. It's engulfed this previous candlestick from last week. In fact, it engulfed the whole of the previous week. So we have got a lot of momentum coming to the upside. Once I saw that, I thought that it was pretty obvious that price was going to continue with this momentum pushing up, and this would be the first likely target, would be this Fibonacci retracement zone that I drew out on the daily time frame. So once I saw that on Tuesday morning, my bias was long. That's when I dropped to a faster time frame to look for an entry. I've used this handy bar replay tool on TradingView, which means I can remove present day candlesticks, taking it back in time. It's perfect for backtesting or for sharing a recap as I am with you right now. And so I've taken it back to Tuesday afternoon. I've taken it back to 1 o'clock GMT. This is just before the New York session starts. The New York market volume usually kicks off around about 1:30, coinciding with any news releases. Because of the nature of this being a more choppy trade, it's against the overall daily trend, I wanted to make sure I waited until that 1:30 to look for the best possible setups, because there is more data to analyze. We've already had the London session. We've already got some of the day's data which we can look at, and it takes into account any news releases. And so what I'm going to do is just analyze pure price action, market structure, no indicators, nothing, just from what we can see here from the Tuesday morning and also the previous day on the Monday. Monday we know was that strong bullish candlestick, and what I'm interested in first is analyzing market structure. So from the open on the Monday morning, so this is the start of the week now, I am simply looking at structure, higher highs, higher lows. I'm not counting this because it's inside this one. I'm going to go straight to the next high and the low and this high up here. Now this is also where Tuesday morning made a high, and then Tuesday morning we had this big drop down during the Asian session which took out the previous low. Now this doesn't mean that we're immediately going into a downtrend, but it does show that we are in this period of pullback. And the question would be, if I'm looking for longs, where's the best place to get in? This is where I like to use a Fibonacci tool, and I go from the previous low. So this one's been taken out. We are underneath these two, so this would be the next logical point. I go from the bodies only and drop the high of the fib at the high of the body candlesticks. And you can see these three lines. These are the optimum area for trade entry, and price action after the London session closed has pulled back to this area and is consolidating alongside it. I could have gotten in straight away here for a long, but I wanted to wait for the New York Open because I wanted that confirmation, because I know that we're in this overall downtrend, so I'm still being quite reticent to just get straight into the markets long. The New York session opens up and we'd immediately get this large bullish candlestick pushing up. That's good, momentum is coming into the long side, but it looks like price is starting to go off without me. Let's just add on this really useful indicator, sessions indicator here. And all this does is highlight in color the trading sessions, the time zones. I find this really useful because I utilize time theory a lot into my day trading strategy. And you can see that this pink color here is the London session where price is trading down. And this green one here is the New York session. And that's what I'm trading. So I'm going to zoom in more now on these candlesticks. Now, ideally, I would have liked to have gotten long down here in the overall structure of the Tuesday and the previous day, but it looks like that boat may have already sailed because from the New York Open, price is pushing up with a strong momentum. It's taken out all of this structure here. I think it's unlikely that it's going to just come straight back down to this point, and if it did, it would show a lot of weakness and probably carry on down. So I'm back to the drawing board of where do I get in long? Well, as we're pushing up with a strong momentum, the 4-hourly candlestick that closed at 2 has closed up bullish here. I'm going to drop down to an even faster time frame here on the 5 minutes and use this to guide me to get in for an entry. Now, don't do this all the time. I prefer to stick to the 15-minute, but on occasions like this where we get in a clear trend and I want to get in with the volume, that's when I would sometimes drop to a 5 minutes because it becomes more of a scalp than a day trade. And I like to mark out some key areas. So I like to mark out the New York Open, which was down here. The London session high, which was up here. So you can see that the New York Open down here and it's already closed above this London session high. So we're definitely getting a strong uptrend and price is likely to continue up. And so for this, I use the Fibonacci tool once again, but I used the most previous pullback, which is this one right here, where price had a little pullback down and it launched itself. And I dropped this at the highs up here. Now, I didn't immediately set a buy limit order, but I will mark the optimum trade entry levels so I can remove the fib. And I'll move price on. And this is what I did. I watched it in real time. I had an alert at this area. And once price came down, my alert went off and I was watching the charts very closely. I didn't immediately get in because I thought it might pull back down more down here for an entry. As price dropped down, coming down to the low of the pullback, it made this big wick rejection here where we had a small body and a large lower wick. And that is rejecting the low of that pullback. Once I saw that, I felt more confident to place my buy. Now I placed a buy stop above this level here. In fact, I placed it at 1.2281. Because if price was going to drop, it would probably do it there. Whereas if it turned up with this momentum we're seeing, I wanted to be triggered in long. And I used a 15 pip stop underneath this pullback with a 1.5R target. Now, in the grander scheme, I could have devised a much larger target, had multiple trades running, made a much more complex trade plan, which I can tend to do. But on this occasion, I'm still wanting to build up a buffer in my funded account. I'm wanting to just get some base hit wins. And also because the daily long-term trend is down, I didn't want to have lots of runners. I wanted to just make sure I got a winning trade. So I kept it pretty simple and small with a 1.5R target. Price pushed up, it triggered me into this trade, and it pretty much pushed straight up to my target there, which meant that I got triggered in around about 3:10 and it hit my profit target by 3:30. All in all, with the prep work just before, this trade pretty much hit a win in half an hour. And just hopping into my broker here in MetaTrader, you can see the winning trade we've just gone through here, the data for it at 81 with the stop and the take profit. And there's my profit. So I have a specific risk management plan that I follow when I trade my funded account. I usually risk 1% per trade in my live account, but it's a lot lower for a funded account. It basically meant that I made $188 profit in half an hour, which I think is a pretty good return on investment of time. And just hopping back to the charts here, let's just play and see what happened as the New York session continued. Price continued to trend higher, and overnight it pretty much continued to trade higher. So there is room there to have definitely made more money. I could have had 2 positions open with a runner, but I'm happy I just got in and out with a profit on this occasion. New Year's Eve 2024, I finally hit my profit target for the funded program that I was trading with the 5%ers, the instant funding program. I now trade a $40,000 account size with the 5%ers as per their hypergrowth program. Some of the questions that I get asked a lot from subscribers is how the payouts work, and so I wanted to just go through the process with you because it did surprise me at first, but it was really streamlined and really simple. I got access to my instant funded account straight away. I had an email, it must have been automated, because as soon as I hit that profit target, I had an email straight away giving me the login details for my new trading account. And when I logged into my trading account on MetaTrader, you can see that it wasn't accessing a $40,000 account, it was accessing more than that because they added the profits that I made during the program evaluation period into the account, which meant that as long as my trading account was in profit, I could withdraw those funds. Now, there was a 2-week delay. Once I received details for the funded trading account, I had to wait 2 weeks before I could actually withdraw the funds. But that was okay because I still managed to get a winning trade, which bumped up my profits, and it meant that I had a larger first payout. But how did the payout work? Well, it's pretty simple. I logged into my dashboard with the 5%ers. I accessed the dashboard for my trading account, and pretty simply, I just withdrew my money. Once you go on the withdrawal process, it gives you a couple of options. The easiest one for me was through crypto. So I shared my wallet address and I received the funds pretty much straight away into my crypto wallet. During that process is when the 5%ers deduct their share of the profits that are made, which at the moment when I'm recording this video is 25%. But it's also nice and easy to observe how the account is growing, heading towards that profit target, even if I'm withdrawing money. What do I mean by that? Well, I'm trading the $40,000 account. Once I make 10% profits, $4,000, that means that that account size will double to 80,000. But can I still withdraw my profits along the way? Yes, I can. When I log into my dashboard, it shows how much profit I've made on the account overall, even if I have been withdrawing those profits along the way, which is great. It means I can trade, I can withdraw my profits, and I can still work towards that 10% goal, which means I will double the account size and effectively make more money. I guess the only thing to do is to focus on taking A-quality trades and to keep my zen. If you feel like you're ready to have a go for yourself at trading a funded account, the 5%ers do offer a few different programs. They've got Bootcamp, High Stakes, and Hyper Growth that I'm currently trading. There's more information on their website and there's a link below in the description, so do check them out. And if you feel ready, have a go. Meanwhile, any questions or comments, do leave them below. If you've enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe to the channel, and I will catch you in my next video. Thank you for watching. Bye.